I'm not gonna say it.
Howdy.
It's okay.
According to the CDC, almost 6.4 million children between the ages of 4 through 17 have been diagnosed with ADHD. That's roughly 1 in 11 children. I'm going to discuss what ADHD is, common signs and symptoms of ADHD, and how to manage the disorder. ADHD is one of the most common childhood disorders and continue through adulthood. ADHD stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, there are 3 subtitles of ADHD. 1 is predominantly inattentive, which means you're unorganized. You don't like to finish a task, for example, finishing your homework or finishing an assignment, or following instructions. For example, while you're in the classroom and the teacher gives a basic instruction to get in line, you don't want to get in line. 2, there is predominantly hyperactive, impulsive presentation, which means you're fidgeting and you like to talk. And you can't sit still in the classroom or at home. And then there's 3, there's combined, which is both 1 and 2, previously discussed, combined, which is the most common in most children that are diagnosed with ADHD. Now that we have discussed what ADHD means, I'm going to discuss the signs and symptoms of this disorder. ADHD can have minor to major impact on a child's life if it goes unnoticed. Some symptoms include being easily distracted. For example, as the teacher is talking, you're over in the corner bouncing because you can't keep still. Forgetting things. Difficulty focusing. For example, the teacher's giving a presentation, you're having trouble focusing in the classroom. Becoming bored quickly. For example, not being able to finish a game with some friends. Not listening when spoken to. Fidgeting a lot. Talking non-stop. Dashing around the room. Touching everything that comes in sight. And you're in motion all the time. Even when you're sitting still, you may be swaying, you may be bouncing. Not following directions. Can't do quiet tasks. So doing a quiet homework task in front of the classroom might be hard for you because you may want to talk to your neighbor, to your friend, or you just don't want to do the quiet task because it's frustrating you. You're very impatient. You often interrupt. You may see 3 people talking and you want to play too, so you may interrupt these people. And you can't sit still for a long period of time, which can be extremely difficult for the older children who are in high school who do have to sit for long periods of time. Now that we know some of the most common signs and symptoms, I'm going to discuss ways we can manage the disorder. ADHD can be a manageable disorder by using some of these strategies. 1, setting a schedule. For example, having a set schedule for a young child might be 1, 7 a.m. wake up, 2, 7:15 cleanup, 7:30 breakfast, 8 o'clock shower, and so on. 2, be organized. Having a set organized schedule of a bin for their shoes, a bin for homework, a bin for toys. Being clear and consistent, having set rules and being consistent and following through every time. So that might be if they're running around the house and they shouldn't be running around the house, telling them no, but the next day they do it again and you decide to just let it go. That's not being clear and consistent, and that's giving them the wrong idea. Giving praise when good. That's another good thing to do to manage the disorder. So for example, setting a homework chart. If when your child gets home from school and they do their homework every day by 5:30, you may have a chart where they can set up and they can have a chart and put their sticker on. You have your homework done by 4:30, sticker, 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 and by the end of the month, if they've done that the whole month, praise them. Give them extra time to play outside. Maybe take them out to their favorite dinner place. Anything that shows them that they did good. Also getting medical help. Maybe you just can't handle it and you want to get some medication. Go see the doctor. Therapy. Sometimes just talking to someone can really help. And lastly, according to the CDC recommends possibly going out and exercising or joining a sport. So for a young child, joining football, soccer, taekwondo might help them. In conclusion, I have discussed what ADHD is, the signs and symptoms of the disease, and managing this disease. Shannon L. Alder once said, "Never give up on someone with a mental illness. When I is replaced by we, illness becomes wellness." Although there is no cure for ADHD, becoming more knowledgeable can benefit people with this disorder.